Hello and welcome to the 2024 All-Australian, one of the great nights in footy. A lot of entertainment coming your way tonight. And as we spin around, some of the biggest stars in the game here. Some multiple All-Australians, some haven't had one before, like the big fella here from Carlton, Jacob Wiedering. We might just grab him. This is the man with the biggest quads in football. Mate, great to see you. 5 times you've been nominated. You've never got the gong. What are your thoughts tonight? It's been an unbelievable season.
It has, a bit of a roller coaster for Carlton fans, but no, happy to be here, privileged, honoured at the same time, and I mean, Carlton's still got a job to do, don't we? So I'm glad we're in September, and we'll see what we can do next week.
How did you go? Saints get the job done. Jack Higgins kicks the goal, and you don't know, and then you've got to cheer like nothing else. All of a sudden, you're a Port Power fan.
Yeah, it was mixed. I mean, a few Port, not loyalists, but Vossi
Yes.
and Aaron Greaves supporting as well. But for us, most of the club actually got back to do some recovery and upstairs, downstairs, footy department. So there was about, probably over 100 people watching the game. Some were supporting and cheering every goal. Others were probably hiding in the corner. So
Well, you're there, mate. You're there. So good luck tonight. Thanks for a chat.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Welcome, Jacob Wiedering, an absolute star. We'll show you actually what happens here. So this is the, red carpet, but it's a green option. I don't want to get in too many photographers' ways. So this is where all the media line up over this way. All the news crews do their crosses. We better wait. There we go. There's people getting their photos done. Now, you can't mess this man over the back. He's a 7-timer, or 6-time, hoping to be 7-time tonight. Big Maxi Gawn. We just might wander in a couple of big Melbourne boys, Maxi Gawn and Tommy McDonald. Great to see you, boys. Well, just, why is he so good in the ruck, the big fella? What makes him so good?
Well, 6'10" helps. No, I'm going to say best hands in the comp. That's why. Great mark, and that's what's made the difference for him.
How's your season been, big fella? A 6-time All-Australian. It's rarefied air. How have you thought you've gone personally in a team game?
What a great opening question to Tom, by the way.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's talk about it.
I worked on that for a while.
No, look, I do love coming to these nights because you get to celebrate some greats, and my tip is Bond for MVP and potentially All-Australian captain. I reckon he's an absolute star, so I love coming here, and I've been lucky enough to be able to come to a few.
Good on you, boys. Have a great night.
Thanks,
Nice to speak to you both. A couple of stars from the Melbourne Footy Club. Just might wander over here. I want to have a chat to this man. We'll just interrupt him. Nick Blakey. Nick, Howie, great to see you, mate. I saw you wandering around with your father. All-Australian night. What are your thoughts? Congratulations on the year you've had personally.
Yeah, thank you. Pretty special night, and be here with a few of the Swans boys as well, and brought my dad as my date, so yeah, good night.
Are you comfortable in the suit? So you don't look that comfortable in it.
Nah, it's definitely not me. I'd rather be wearing board shorts sitting on Bondi, mate.
Good on you, mate. Good luck tonight.
Thank you. Cheers.
He's had an unbelievable side, this man, nominated in the back line. We'll just continue to wander our way round through. Oh, now, look, the crowd just parts like they've left him on his own. Marcus Bontempelli, hey, mate, great to see you here. Scotty No Mates over here. You've been to this night many times before. You got multiple Australians under your belt. What does it mean for the footy community and yourself to come to a night like this and celebrate some wonderful? How good to actually play in this team.
Oh, I mean, that's the hypothetical always of what it would drum up. It'd be something, I think, pretty special. But my sense is that year in year, I think its importance continues to grow. I think players definitely value the nights now that it's obviously become more of a combined one, and it brings probably the Players Association and the AFL together. So I think that's been a great move, and you rarely get to see guys outside of playing with against them on the weekend. So it's a nice way to just naturally sort of cross paths for a little bit.
Of all the blokes that are nominated, like most of the 44 nominees are here tonight, so we don't know who gets the gig. There's one bloke that's been nominated that you'd love to play with. Who would you go with?
I mean, it's hard to narrow it down to one. I'll just scan the room. I saw Jeremy McGovern in the room before. He's someone I've always really rated highly from a different team. Love the way he plays. Very courageous player too. And obviously continues to be a star of the competition.
Good on you, mate. Have a great night tonight. Best of luck. Enjoy the ceremony.
Thanks, Howie. Cheers.
Well, rightio. Time to get stuck in. Welcome to the 2024 AFL Awards.
What could 2024 deliver? This is why we go to the footy.
I think the game has grown this year from the joy of youth.
And he gives it right to the ground. He's got the stutter step going. The Mackays will start on each other.
means the world to play with this jumper on my back every week and in front of these fans. It's just surreal.
A little bit of relief as well as sadness is what I feel at the moment.
We're in a tough week. Great boys.
I can stand here with my chin up, knowing I've given absolutely everything I possibly can.
He's done it! This is the Easter Saturday drop punt, and it's just as good, if not better! Golden! Golden! They're in front by McCree with a check. What are we saying in the MCG? The Kangaroos break through! They've done it! The drought is broken! Are you not entertained?
I've been so loved and supported. I love you all so much. Thank you. Thank you for everything.
A win to blow your mind. And how crazy is this season? McCluggage has kicked the most important score. What a moment. It's Elias. Bobby Hill. Breathing in. Dustin Martin, of course. It could only be one man. It's a draw. They don't know how to feel.
He's ineligible for the Rising Star.
We want Essendon edge.
This is their season walking off the ground here. A kick after the siren. It's not going to score. Freo, they end the Swans streak. And the Pies prevail for Pendles. So goodbye. He brings the house down. On a fire from Drosma. Michelli kicks the goal. Adelaide in front. McAndrew drives a dagger into Essendon hearts.
I'm happy to be the Grinch.
It is so 2024.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2024 AFL Awards. Tonight, we celebrate the best moments of the 2024 season, and what a year it has been. This season has delivered thrills, spills, and unforgettable moments that will be etched into footy history forever. From sensational goals to bone-crunching tackles, every match has been a testament to the sheer talent and tenacity of our players. And tonight we come together to celebrate the best of the best. This evening we acknowledge awards from the AFL Players and Coaches Association, announce the winner of the Telstra AFL Rising Star, chat with our Coleman medalist and find out who has made this year's All-Australian team. Tonight is a chance for all corners of our industry to come together and celebrate those that make our game great. This evening, I will be joined by the always wonderful Mark Howard and Jack Riewoldt to chat to some of the stars of our game and find out more about their incredible seasons. And to kick us off, I now have the pleasure of introducing to the stage the Chief Executive Officer of the AFL, Andrew Dillon.
Thank you, Sarah, and good evening and welcome to the AFL Awards. Thanks for joining us here tonight as we celebrate the 2024 AFL season. It's been a spectacular year, a season as competitive as ever, the close finishes, the brilliant footy, the most masterful players of a generation. The footy and the work of our clubs is the reason why an all-time record 7.75 million fans went to our games this year. It's why 1 in 21 Australians are a member of an AFL club. It's why the reach of our game is as big as ever. Footy dictates our working weeks, our weekends, our lives, and we love it. We love the passion, the drama, the debate. We love the top 8 coming down to the very last game of the season. We love Blues supporters for just a moment in time barracking for the power. And then we love the Fremantle v Port game becoming the highest rating game in the history of Fox Footy. And while it's sometimes easy to focus on the biggest crisis of the day, it is actually the golden moments across the season that shine the brightest. Moments made by players, by clubs, and by the unpredictable nature of our game. In a season of twists and turns, The Sydney Swans at the top of the ladder were the only team to stay in the top 8 all year. The Hawks lost their first 5 games and then became only the third team ever to start Zip 5 and make the finals. There were milestones and remarkable numbers everywhere you looked. Ross Lyon reached 350 games. Ken Hinkley and Brad Scott both got to 250. Luke Beveridge went past Ted Whitten for the most games as coach of the Western Bulldogs. And Ken will equal and potentially break Mark Williams' Port Adelaide record in this year's final series. 350 games to Tom Hawkins and Travis Boak, 300 to Cal Ward and to Dusty. No one in the history of our AFL competition has touched the Sherrin more times than Scott Pendlebury. This year, he played his 400th game and he accumulated his 10,000th disposal. Umpire Matt Stevick is 4 games off becoming the 3rd umpire ever to reach 500. Chelsea Roffey, she got to 300. And after 20 years and 389 games, Razor Ray umpired his final AFL match. It was great to see the 2 clubs send him off with a guard of honour post-game, although I am led to believe Razor may have asked them to do it. We said our goodbyes to premiership players, Coleman medalists and heart and soul players at their clubs. Players like Sloane, Ellis, Gaffin Shields, Dyson Heppel, Dylan Grimes, Angus Brayshaw, Ben Brown, Sam Reid and Marlon Pickett. And then there's Tom Hawkins and the games record holder for an Irishman, Zach Toohey. 2 teammates hoping they have another month of footy ahead of them. And then there is Dusty. You're in rare air where you are only referred to by a single name. A 3-time premiership player, a 3-time Norm Smith medalist, a Brownlow, an AFLPA MVP, Coaches Association Player of the Year, a 4-time All-Australian, and only the 7th Tiger to play 300 games. Dusty has won more awards than he has spoken words in public. But that's Dusty. He just let the game speak for itself, and we are all privileged to be able to say we saw him play footy. To all of our retiring players, on behalf of everyone in footy, we thank you. The game is in a better place for having you part of it. We've had 207 games this season, but the next 9 are the most important. However, before then, tonight, we celebrate the 2024 Toyota AFL Premiership season. Congratulations in advance to all the award winners and team members. To our players, our coaches and umpires, I say thank you. To everyone in the room and watching at home, thank you for everything that you've brought to footy across the country this season. I hope you all enjoy the evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. Let's now turn our attention to the AFL Coaches Association Awards.
With 2 rounds to go, you could throw a towel over the top 5. Since then, we've witnessed outstanding 10-vote performances left, right and centre. Now it's time to reveal who the coaches, the sharpest minds in the game, have chosen as the AFLCA Champion Player for 2024.
Earlier this evening, we awarded Harry Sheasel from North Melbourne as the AFL Coaches Association Best Young Player after a wonderful season. Congratulations to Harry. Well, to present our Coaches Association Award this evening, I am joined by Coach of Geelong, Chris Scott. Chris, welcome. Are we gearing up for another big September, all ready to rock?
Yeah, sure are, Sarah. It's an exciting time. Sort of feels like Australia's the place to be at this time of year.
It certainly is. Well, the Coaches Association Champion Player of the Year is an award voted on by the 18 coaching panels on a 5-4-3-2-1 basis after each home and away game, acknowledging outstanding effort by an individual player in a season. After round 22, there were only 13 votes separating the top 5, with Isaac Heaney leading Nick Dacos by 3 votes. Chris, would you like to announce the winner?
I would, and look, in an incredibly close finish, it's amazing to think that Isaac Heaney in round 23 polled a perfect 10 votes, but it was only good enough for him to finish 3rd. In 2nd place, Carlton's Patrick Cripps, and the winner of the AFL Coaches Association Champion Player of the Year is Nick Dacos from Collingwood.
The
Dacost again here. They're going to get nicked. They're going to get Dacost.
Inside 50, inside 40, and closing it out. This is his home ground.
On the mission and get high up, I know that I'm a die, reaching for a lot that I don't really need.
What an incredible start to a career, Nick. Congratulations. Chris said he'd like to ask you one question. If you think about coming to Geelong, was the first thing he said as he was walking off the back. Mate, congratulations. Like any footballer, even with an incredible resume that you have, you're looking to improve. When you sat down with a coach at the start of the season and you worked on, right, what do I need to do better in 2024? What was it?
Oh, so many areas. I think as competitors, we want to improve in so many aspects, and there's so many little holes in my game still. So running, strength, and my skills are the three main areas, as I'm sure every footballer aspires to get better at. So I'll keep delving into those three areas.
Must be incredible for the family. There's so much talked about it, but that last game, you and your brother running around at the MCG, having 40 disposals each, which is incredible. Everyone in the room would acknowledge that. What's it like playing with your brother out there for the club that you grew up supporting?
Oh, super special. We pinch ourselves all the time, going to training together, and yeah, we just absolutely love it. Fly's created such an awesome environment at Collingwood, and as you said, growing up supporting Collingwood and now playing for them every week is something that's truly special, and I don't lose sight of that.
Would you like to thank anyone?
Yeah, for sure. Super humbled to win the award, so thank you so much to the coaches for voting, my family and my girlfriend in the room for your continued support throughout the year, through the highs and lows. Really appreciate it. And then Fly and the coaching staff and the entire Collingwood Football Club, thank you so much for the opportunity to play for the team, and yeah, can't wait for next year. Thanks. Thanks, Ed. Appreciate it.
Well done to Nick Dacost. Truly an amazing footballer. All right, we'll get into it now. Let's celebrate our Coleman medal winner for 2024.
We'll be breaking borders underneath our feet. Sends it long. Hogan, hands like a vice. See Hogan, he's marked everything. Oh, Jesse!
It's great to see Jesse Hogan fulfilling his promise as a key forward leading this Giants team.
So your Coleman medal winner for this season, Jesse Hogan.
That's right, we are joined by the 2024 Coleman medal winner. Now, Jesse, I'm going to take you back to 2015, round 4. It was the first time I actually ever laid eyes on you at the MCG. You were playing for Melbourne at that point in time, and you gave a pretty good player a run around that night. Alex Rance, the 5-time All-Australian. We fast forward 10 years, 3 clubs, and you are now a Coleman medalist. You must feel enormously proud.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone says I ran Rance around to kick two goals, 1. So if that's running around, you're a pretty good player. But yeah, my journey's been pretty unique. It's hard to reflect while you're still playing. But you know, if I was to get told when I got drafted that I was going to end up at the Giants and this was going to be my story, I wouldn't have believed you. So I couldn't be happier though.
And you speak about unique. There's a unique thing happening at the Giants, the chess club. Now, I've spoken to your coach, Adam Kingsley, who's just here on the right, and he's told me that whilst you think you might be the best chess player at the Giants, that your sparring partner at the other end of the ground, Sam Taylor, might have you covered. Any truth to that rumour?
No, me and Slammer, we've nutted that out over the year. I'm well and truly ahead. And just to clarify, I get asked about chess a lot, and I'm well aware that no fan actually cares. But I love it, so I'm just going to keep talking about it. So it's going to be a part of it.
Very good. Well, congratulations, mate, on winning the award. Obviously, best of luck for finals coming up. And I will leave you with a little tidbit. There is plenty of players that have won the Coleman medal, but you are the first player to have won the Coleman medal and the Rising Star. So congratulations.
Thanks, Jack.
Well, it is time now to take a look at season 24 and how the players saw it.
Over 800 players have cast their vote, choosing the year's most influential performers. They've selected their best first-year player, best captain, most courageous, and of course, the ultimate honour, the MVP. Earlier tonight, we found out who the players voted as the best captain in the game, with Marcus Bontempelli from the Western Bulldogs receiving the AFL Players Association Best Captain Award. Our next award is the AFL Players Association Best First Year Player, presented by a local expert. Our finalists for this award are from the Melbourne Football Club, Caleb Windsor, Darcy Wilson from St Kilda, and from the West Coast Eagles, Harley Reid. Jack, it is up to you, as a 3-time All-Australian, to do the honours.
Thanks very much, Howie. The 2024 AFLPA Best First Year Player is Harley Reid from the West Coast Eagles.
This is amazing what this kid's doing.
He's putting bums on seats.
In the space of 6 weeks, he's delivered hope to this football team.
Reid just stepping through the traffic.
Harley Reid, they don't argue.
I feel like I belong, and I think the group has made me express myself early on the field and obviously off the field too.
Harley Reid on full show. Unbelievable.
They've given me a licence to go out there and play with a bit of confidence, play with a bit of cheek, and yeah, I think that's when I play my best footy, when I can play with that.
Well, Harley, what a fantastic season. You were much touted coming into the AFL. What have you made of it after 12 months?
Yeah, for me, obviously, it was a huge opportunity to get across to the Eagles, and yeah, I think there's a bit of a roller coaster year, but it's gone so quick. It feels like I just got drafted yesterday, so yeah.
Some of the names that have won this award before, Errol Goulden, Nick Dacos and Harry Sheasel last year have shot themselves into superstardom in the AFL. What's the thing that you're focusing on over this off-season and into next pre-season to hopefully go on that trajectory?
Yeah, I think for me, obviously, I got a great opportunity over in the West, and I think it's for me, you look at the players like obviously them and you see what they've done in the short time they've been in the league, and it's obviously it's so humbling to sit back and have a look at what they can do. And yeah, I think for me it's just to figure out those areas to keep getting better and just improving week to week to become the best player I possibly can.
And I'm sure there's some people you'd love to thank.
Yeah, obviously all the support that I've got across my journey so far from my friends, family, and obviously the club, and the support from the West Coast Eagles fans obviously been huge, so couldn't thank them enough.
Well done to Harley Reid. What a star that young man is.
Absolute star.
All right, now to check out the finalists for the Robert Rose Most Courageous Award, presented by Tackle Your Feelings. From Port Adelaide Football Club, Zach Butters. From Richmond, Liam Baker. And from the Sydney Swans, James Rowbottom. Once again, great man, you have the honours.
Oh, thank you, Howie. The winner of the 2024 AFLPA Robert Rose Most Courageous Player is Zach Butters from the Port Adelaide Football Club.
I know you find this hard to do, but can you just handball a bit early for yourself?
Yeah.
So you don't kill yourself? You just run yourself into a 6'8" big bastard.
Hard hip and shoulder, went low, Butters.
Butters was crunched, high tackle.
Throws it away, and Butters lets him know about it.
Well, Zach, deja vu. You were up here last year, accepting the same award. One thing I do want to ask you is, who did you vote for as the most courageous player in the AFL?
I voted for Liam Baker.
Very good, very good. And I just saw Ken there saying he'd like you to handball a little bit more. What goes through your mind just before one of those big collisions that you become known for?
Yeah, probably not too much, which is probably why I find myself in them positions a fair bit. But yeah, very humbled to be up here again and receive the award again, and to be amongst that quality of players in the league.
And we're on the cusp of finals, obviously the big Thursday night game against the Geelong Football Club at home at the Adelaide Oval. How's the group feeling at the moment?
Yeah, the group's feeling good. Obviously, with the week off, it's nice to sort of refresh and reset yourself, ready to go again. And we've had today off and tomorrow off, and looking forward to getting into training and really preparing for the week ahead, and getting out there Thursday night and giving it a good crack. Best of luck. I'm sure you'd like to thank some people. Yeah, first of all, just thanks for the players for voting and sort of recognising me in this area. And yeah, thanks for Tackle Your Feelings for sponsoring the award and putting this award on. And yeah, just thanks to the Port Adelaide Football Club and my teammates. And yeah, got Dad in the room tonight as well, so give him a bit of a shout out. Dan Houston as well does my tie every event, so yeah, shout out to him as well.
All right, our next award now is the most prestigious in our game, the Lee Matthews AFL Players Association Most Valuable Player, presented by Snaffle. Let us check out our finalists. from the Sydney Swans. What a year this man has had. Isaac Heaney from the Western Bulldogs, a man that's always very busy on All Australia Night. Marcus Bontempelli. And from the Carlton Football Club, Patrick Cripps. Good luck picking one of those three.
Yes, it's hard to do, but we have done it. The 2024 AFLPA Most Valuable Player is Marcus Bontempelli from the Western Bulldogs.
Bontempelli arrives. Enter the champ. Bontempelli nonchalantly, but so classy.
He's a star. He's a superstar.
He's an absolute star.
He was unbelievable.
And he just seems to be getting better and better all the time.
Luke Beveridge, the coach of Marcus from the Western Bulldogs, is here to hand over the honours. The third time Marcus has won this award. Marcus, congratulations. There's all sorts of voting, but when you're voted by your peers, I would imagine it's something very, very special. What's your thoughts on receiving this, and well done to you?
Thank you. No doubt it is. It's always hard to stand up here in front of some of the players in the room that you lock eyes with at different points, and obviously cross paths with over the course of the season. And yeah, it'll never mean anything less than it does probably right now, being able to sit here and like I said, just soak in the moment. But yeah, it's still sinking in probably, and it will beyond that.
We watched you over the weekend. I asked a similar question to Nick about improving, and we look at you and we think, oh, well, Bont doesn't need to do anything differently, but you just had your coach up here. When he's speaking to you leading into the season, half-time of a game, what's he demanding from the skipper?
Well, there's no doubt I've probably entered as an older player, my probably cranky era, where you start to... emotions start to boil over a little bit at different points, as you know how important every sort of moment and game is. So it's probably at different times just to calm down. But I think most of the time you do, always being a student of the game, you're always trying to, as Nick said, look for little aspects of your game that can hopefully improve, but also collectively, and then potentially move out of the way at some point for others to come through and to start to take over. So I think, yeah, you start to look for those opportunities as well, where it's important for others to start to carry the team forward a bit, and the next phase is important.
I'm not sure you're moving over in a big hurry yet, eh?
Well, Ed Richards is playing in the midfield now, and yeah, he'll be pushing me out pretty soon.
I'm sure he'd like to think something. Congratulations, Marcus.
Thank you very much. Really quickly, obviously, from a player's perspective, as Zach said, it's incredibly humbling to stand up here in front of you all here tonight. So thank you very much for those who voted. My partner Neela, who's in the room, my family, who, as everyone does, needs that enormous support throughout the course of the season and seasons. So thank you very much. The Western Bulldogs Football Club, Luke Beveridge, Brendan Lade, all my teammates who make obviously your job a hell of a lot easier all the way throughout my career. So thank you very much, and to the PA. And obviously Lee, who I'm not sure is here tonight, but to receive the award, again named in probably one of the greatest players ever, is extremely humbling. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Congratulations to Marcus Bontempelli. What an amazing ambassador for our great game. Well, don't go anywhere. Coming up after the break, we announce the 2024 Telstra Rising Star winner.
Under 21 at the start of the year and played 10 games or fewer? Then you are eligible for the Telstra Rising Star. Some favourites ruled themselves out early, making this year's competition more open than ever. Join us after the break as we reveal the 2024 Telstra Rising Star.
That's what the crowd wanted. She's so brilliant. What a strike. She's pumped. That's sensational. Oh, what a leap. Look out. Terrific, scintillating play. Oh, kidding me. Couldn't have scripted it any better. Listen to the roar. That's an incredible goal.
AFLW kicks off tomorrow night. Do not miss it. Welcome back to the AFL Awards. The All-Australian announcement is not too far away. A few coaches on the table here. We might just, the chicken or the beef. I might interrupt. Did you have the chicken or the beef, Coach?
The beef, Howie.
Or rising star coming up. Ollie Dempsey's been at the footy club for a few years. He will be well and truly in the mix. When did you first lay eyes on the young man, and what were your impressions, Coach?
Well, he was plucked almost from obscurity by Stephen Wells, who has a penchant for that sort of thing. And Ollie came in as a sort of skinny young basketballer, really. I didn't know much about him, but you could see his talent as soon as he got on the track. And he's just such a... I mean, hopefully we see him up on stage tonight. He's just such a happy young man. He's an optimist, and, you know, he helps us old grumpy people feel a bit better about themselves.
You're a man that cooks your steak in the plastic bag. What's that called again?
Oh, yeah. Sous vide, yeah.
Is this up to standard?
This is excellent. Okay. Yeah, well done, centrepiece.
We'll leave you to it. Now, another man that I know he wanted to speak to me tonight, he was saying, just come and speak to me, Howie, is the coach of the Hawks. How are the Hawks going, ladies and gentlemen? Sam Mitchell. Mitch, nice to see you. Nick Watson, the wizard. When you first laid eyes on that young man, what did you think? Because there's a 12-year-old at my house that loves him, and a lot of footy fans, whether they follow the Hawks or not, love this young man you've let loose in the forward line.
Yeah, the very first meeting, he gave me plenty of cheek, and I thought that's pretty ambitious, and I enjoyed it from the first time, and it hasn't changed. He bumped into me. He's wearing a nice black suit tonight, and he bumped into me in the foyer, so that's the kind of lad you get.
Because you were such a showman yourself on the field, is it you the one that has encouraged these players to take the photos, do the celebrations?
Absolutely not. They continually try to encourage others to get in, but most of the old timers, we stay on the grumpy train and let them do their thing. Excited about next Friday night? I think they announced today it's sold out. Your first game you coach in a final? I am, actually. Sometimes I find myself getting a bit too excited. I need to calm down and remind myself it's still a long way away. They actually seated me next to Bevo, so I moved a couple of seats over. So I noticed he's back that way. He's not looking at you. There's no eye contact. He doesn't want to bar you at the moment. Look at him. It was a bit awkward, but we will work through it. Good on you, Mitch. Best of luck. All right, let's have a look at our first batch of Rising Star nominees.
Harley Reid gets to work and powering away with a couple of bounces. Harley Reid on full show. Unbelievable!
Obviously, I think the way I play is I want to have fun and I want to enjoy being an AFL player, and I think I've really just enjoyed expressing myself and going out there feeling pretty confident.
Yeah, I think my offense is probably one of my best weapons, but yeah, I've really nailed down on my defensive pressure, and I'll play my role for the team, which is all that matters.
I'd like to think it was more pressure, trying not to give the opponent time to think and kind of just being in their face as much as possible.
And it's Logan Evans who matches him for pace and hair. Great grab, Logan Evans. He's the other big win for the night.
He wouldn't have had time to be sore, Jared.
No.
He played a few hours ago.
Played in the reserves today. He did 13 Ks. He ran 9 Ks in the seniors, so he's covered 22 kilometres.
Been a big couple months. Yeah, just having so much fun out there, kicking goals, celebrating with the boys, and then yeah, I've absolutely been loving it.
Yeah, the academy was so good for me and the other boys too. Gave us a step ahead the rest of the draft group.
One of my strengths, I think, is take hits and bounce back up as a younger player in the competition.
It's really special. We've got a really special young group going.
My dream when I was a kid, wasn't to play AFL, it was to play for North. And, you know, it was always like a second home for me, a second family. So, yeah, to do what I dreamt of now, I just love it.
Here's Caddy on the angle, never in doubt.
And I just go out there and try and win the footies, jumping marks, and couldn't have asked for a better job and couldn't have asked for a better place to do it at.
Find a chest, he can, he's raked that in, works it back, and gets it home, the wizard!
The good thing about Hawthorn, which I love, is they let you be yourself, your own character, there's no judgment there.
What about those Hawks? This young man in his first year has been nominated for an AFL Rising Star. His name is Nick Watson. Nick, lovely to see you. How's your first year been in summation? 0-5 early and now playing a final next Friday night.
Yeah, it's been a pretty big roller coaster, to be honest. Yeah, obviously starting pretty slow, and then we still never lost belief, to be honest, between the groups. So started slow, and now we're really getting it going later on this year. And yeah, it's been a weird year, but it's been really exciting. I was saying to you just in the ad break that my young fella, like many young boys and girls around Victoria and Australia, just loves seeing you do what you do. What's it like now when you get out of a car, down at a cafe, etc., or at training, and kids come up to you and want a selfie and want an autograph and want a little bit of piece of you? Nah, it's just normal. It's just what footy gets you these days. So, it's all part of it, and yeah, just loving it.
The celebrations, I talked to the coach about it, and you said that the footy club lets you celebrate and be yourself. It's become a massive part, the selfie afterwards, the celebration and the total team dedication that the Hawks seem to be showing.
Yeah, I think we've got to get Sam one in one of the selfies at one of the games. I don't know when that will be, but it just... Yeah, so one thing I said before was they just let you be yourself at Hawks. So that's the one thing I love, and yeah, it's been good fun.
You've got your mum and dad here. We've got Dave and Laurie. How many, you played at Caulfield, how many early mornings for APS, how many football trainings, how many camps, how many interstate trips did Laurie and Dave take you to?
Yeah, fair few. Didn't really like the early mornings, but got used to it. So, no, it took me a fair few, but now I've got my licence now, so taking myself places.
Happy days, mate. Well, you deserve your licence. Sit down, finish the steak.
Thanks.
Best of luck. I'll take the mic off you, mate. Well done to Nick Watson. Jack Rewald is just over on that side of the room.
That's right, Howie, and I am joined by a couple of the Rising Star nominations from the Brisbane Lions, Coleman and Logan Morris. So we've just heard from one celebrator, Kai, and I'm led to believe you are a fantastic celebrator too, and we are on the eve of finals. Have you got something in preparation for Saturday night's game against the Carlton Blues?
Nothing yet, but I'll keep my cards close to my chest, Jackie boy. But yeah, I just love having fun, and I think that's what's footy about at the end of the day. And yeah, Fags probably doesn't like me celebrating too hard too much, but yeah, I think I'm trying to keep him young, and some of the older boys young too, which is nice. But yeah, love celebrating.
He's got a wry smile on his face at the moment, Chris Fagan. I actually texted him a few weeks ago about you. You look like you've really started to find yourself in the forward line at the Brisbane Lions.
Yeah, I think so. I'm just trying to do my role and learn from the great players that I'm playing with. And Charlie Cameron and this bloke as well is going pretty well. But yeah, I'm just trying to do my role and get better every week, and yeah, earn some respect in the game and then some confidence every week.
And that bloke you talk about is Logan Morris. Now, Logan, unashamedly, you are one of my favourite players to watch catch the ball in the competition. At such an early age, you've been able to read the flight and have such a fantastic season. I want to take you back to your debut, though. And we saw a little bit of it in the play on there. You played VFL in the morning. You stopped past Macca's. I assume that's not against the dietitian's advice. Got to the ground as an emergency, had a bit of the doctor's secret soup, told you were playing, didn't have your boots, and wore Will Ashcroft's size 12s when you were size 13. Is that true?
Yep, that is all true. Yeah, it's definitely something that I'll remember forever. It's a debut to remember. And I'll definitely be telling people in the future, sitting in a pub. So, yeah.
And how are you feeling about Saturday night? Your first final for both of you, Logan. You obviously are very excited about playing against Carlton at the Gabba.
Yeah, can't wait. Always watching finals as a kid, growing up on the TV. And then, yeah, to be able to play in a final, yeah, it's going to be awesome, and can't wait to play Saturday night in front of a rolling Gabba.
We look forward to seeing you boys strut yourself at the Gabba on Saturday night. It is now time to see our second lot of Telstra Rising Stars.
It really hit me in our march for the match. All the fans were give us a little guard of honour. Once we got out there, it was business as usual. It was still 4 posted each end and 1 footy run around.
More confident than I have previous years, and I feel like I belong.
Dempsey's kicked a couple of brilliant goals, and he might have just sewn up the Rising Star.
First years can be kind of a lot to take in at once. There's a lot of different things happening, so to get another chance at it and still be nominated for a Rising Star is pretty lucky, I'd say.
Pretty established and well-rounded midfield group, just taking an interest in my development and helping me out, which has been really good.
Yeah, I've loved every moment at St Kilda. Had some really good mentors.
You've got the locker in between Christian Petrarca and Jack Vinings. It's not a bad way to spend your time.
I got pretty lucky. Couldn't ask for 2 better mentors.
Caleb Windsor bouncing it through.
We played a lot of VFL footies together, us younger boys, and we know each other's strengths, so I think we're all just trying to bring it onto the AFL stage.
For now, I feel like I've cemented my spot for the next few weeks at least. But yeah, boys from younger and into twos, they're trying to prove themselves and take my spot, so definitely keep level head.
Chasing the forwards up and down the ground. I really had to improve my running.
The pace of the game is very quick compared to junior footy.
If you're not the fastest, it definitely allows you to just be able to find space and have that split second and confidence that you can kind of get away.
just trying to build some confidence. And the more and more years you have in the system, the more and more prepared you're going to be.
I love how competitive the competition is, and honestly, it just feels like you have 40 of your best mates that you get to go to work with every day.
The speed of the Kurcha. 3 bounces down the wing. He keeps going. 4 bounces, and this might work out to Lucky.
I had no expectations whatsoever. I would have been over the moon to play at least one game, and for what I've done and what the team's done this year, it's just been so special, and definitely couldn't have imagined it like this.
Our winner this year will receive a prize of $20,000 as well as a technology package thanks to Telstra. And to announce the winner of this year's Telstra Rising Star, I'm joined by 2023 Rising Star from North Melbourne, Harry Sheasel.
Thank you, Sarah. Our top 3 for the Telstra Rising Star Award are, in 3rd place, Coleman from the Brisbane Lions. In 2nd place, George Wardlaw from North Melbourne. And the winner of the 2024 Telstra AFL Rising Star is Ollie Dempsey from the Geelong Cats.
When I get home, I want you.
I definitely did a lot over summer and over the off-season and leading into pre-season. I kept that up, and I think it's paid off, which is nice.
Dempsey again. Talk about quick thinking.
I don't know how you'd ever measure it, but I reckon if there was a factor of who's having the most fun in AFL, he's right up there. Yeah. He is loving the life of an AFL footballer, this man.
I know I got places to be. Like me next to you, and you next to me. I know I got places to be. Like me next to you.
Congratulations to Ollie Dempsey for the Rising Star Award this year. The young star from the Cats. Come on over, Ollie. Congratulations. If you have a look at the honour roll of the Rising Star over the years, there's Sheasel, there's Nick Dacos, Joel Selwood, Nathan Buckley. These are some pretty phenomenal names in our game. How are you feeling?
Yeah, no, it is definitely an honour, Sarah. It's looking at those names and even thinking about it now, it's very cool. So I know Scotty won it one day, which is pretty cool. So yeah.
Get in the good books of the coach sounds like a good idea. And Chris said before that you're a smiley, happy character, that you're really optimistic. What's not to love about life at the moment? You're the Rising Star winner and about to head into a big finals campaign. How exciting is life at the moment?
Yeah, so good. Life's, I can't complain as an AFL footballer. It's the best job in the world, so I just try to bring that every day. Come into work and play on the weekends. I just love smiling and having fun and try to keep a few of our old boys young, and I'm loving life at the moment.
Good on you. Keep them from being grumpy. Now, Scotty also said you arrived at the Cattery as a skinny young basketballer. How much footy did you play growing up?
Oh, I played a bit when I was younger, but then I sort of quit since I was 13, I reckon, and then came back just for Carey Grammar in Year 12 and played, I think, 6 games because of COVID, and then, got lucky enough that Stephen Wells and Liam Woodland found me out of there, so I owe it to the Cats.
What do you love about playing on the wing?
Oh, just the freedom that Scotty gives me, to be honest, just to be able to run forward, and I've done a lot of work on my running over the years, so it feels good to put that to use.
Well, I'm sure there's some people you would like to thank.
Yeah, firstly, just thanks to Ron Evans, and it's a true honour to win this award, and all the Evans family. And Jez told me earlier today, he said I make sure I go up here and thank the tribunal as well for ruling out Harley Reid and Sam Darcy. But so I thought I might throw that one in there. But it's a true blessing to be up here and give my thanks to God, and then also my parents at the back for all they've done for me. And you're still yet to miss a game, no matter it's in Perth or Melbourne or Adelaide. So just thank you guys for all the support you show me. I wouldn't be here without you. And just the AFL, Telstra, Phoenix Management and Winston Rouse. And then, last but not least, just the Geelong Footy Club and all the support they show me, and Scotty and all my teammates. And I wouldn't be able to have so much fun if it wasn't for that club and the environment. So, yep.
Well done.
How good, playing footy and having fun. The man that knows all about that, a 7-time All-Australian and one of 9 members of the All-Australian selection panel, Nathan Buckley, is beside me. 3 meetings, how tense does it get?
Yeah, there's always a fair bit up for discussion. There's a lot of great performers every season.
but we have one through halfway through, then after round 22, and then we finalise it the Monday after the final round. And yeah, the debate's always pretty fierce.
Someone at Fox had the fine idea of putting a camera in the first meeting, and the vision went out and it blew up, be fair to say.
Yeah, it's the first time that Kane Corns has ever been worried about having an opinion. But yeah, there was probably a fair bit there. In the end, what we want to do is we make sure that we respect the process. You know, the clubs will throw nominations up for us, and we'll have a look at it ourselves. And yeah, eventually, yeah, there's just too many to get down to the squad of 44, let alone the team of 22. But we're able to get there. Have you picked the best players, or have you picked the best team? Well, and that's part of the debate. It's the combination of, you know, we are looking for players that have had what we deem as all-Australian years, but how do you quantify that? We definitely need a balance of players in all roles. I try to imagine it as if you want them running out to play on the weekend. And I think, you know, we achieved that probably 95% of the way. All right, look forward. Up next, it is the 2024 All-Australian team. Don't be going anywhere.
If they blew the whistle right now, he's All-Australian.
I think he's a great club player. I love him.
We know that he can pop up and absolutely dominate.
If he continues to play in the middle, where would you put him in your side?
Definitely on track for All-Australian honours.
He'd be in All-Australian discussions right
Clearly
now.
an All-Australian player.
If they finish top 2 in round 20, we'll be talking about him again. We're doing this 4 weeks ago. It'll be very different.
Like, I think his numbers are extraordinary. Number 1 score involvements in the comp is off the charts.
It is time now to announce the 2024 All-Australian team, but first, the All-Australian umpires. The field umpire, Matt Stevic. The boundary umpire, Michael Barlow. And our goal umpire, Matthew Durbin.
Stevic's 9th All-Australian honour follows his extraordinary 496 games, including 57 finals and 11 grand finals. Barlow's debut selection as an All-Australian follows 138 games, 9 finals and 2 grand finals. Congratulations on a second All-Australian selection, goal umpiring in 179 games, including 20 finals and 2 grand finals.
To announce this year's AFL All-Australian team, we are joined by 7-time All-Australian and member of the All-Australian selection panel, Nathan Buckley.
We are firstly starting with the back line and the defence. In the back pocket, we have Nick Blakey from the Sydney Swans. At full-back, we have Jacob Wiedering from Carlton. And in the other back pocket, Luke Ryan from Fremantle. Oh, keep going, sorry. Keep going. Half-back flank, Dane Zorko from the Brisbane Lions. Centre half-back, Jeremy McGovern from the West Coast Eagles. And on the other half-back flank, Dan Houston from Port Adelaide.
A line breaker in the league quite like Blakey.
Incredible! Nick Blakey!
The dashing Swan brings exciting run and carry to the game and provides incredible drive out of defence.
You can't outrun the lizard.
This is Blakey's debut in the Team of the Year. In 2024, Wiedering showcased why he's regarded as one of the competition's premier key defenders.
Again, Wiedering, he's unpassable back there.
He's going to break the record.
After previously being named in the squad 4 times, tonight he makes his long-awaited debut in the Team of the Year.
And Wiedering is one of the best, if not the best.
Yeah.
Good work from Ryan. That won't work for you, Harry.
Perennially in the conversation for being the league's best rebounder, Ryan, now a two-time All-Australian, also leads the AFL for marks.
He's doing everything Luke Ryan's. Zorko, the magician.
Zorko has enjoyed a career-best season with the veteran averaging 26 disposals per game in his 13th season.
The great Zorko has conjured another one.
He's rewarded for a standout year with his second All-Australian selection.
He's pumped Zorko.
Rated elite for marks and disposals for a key back, McGovern has enjoyed a vintage 2024.
McGovern! Kid phenomenal. How did he mark that?
And this, a fifth All-Australian Blazer, stamps his place as one of the best key defenders of the past decade.
You can't beat the governor.
Houston made his All-Australian debut last year and backs it up in 2024.
That's light it up, baby!
His beautiful kicking and sharp decision-making make him a weapon across the back line for the power.
From downtown, hello. From downtown, dude.
There's your 6 All-Australian defenders. We are privileged to be joined by Jacob Wiedering in his first All-Australian Blazer and Dane Zorko in his second. We'll start with you, Jacob. Congratulations. 5 times you've been nominated. First time you've worn the jacket. How does it feel?
Yeah, I said to you before, it's an honour and a privilege, obviously. Stoked to be here amongst some unbelievable players. I was talking to a few boys back there. It's obviously great. Oh, I can't believe it.
I was talking to Nathan and I said, what was one of the deciding factors? And he said he is the best at one-on-ones in the competition. So defensive-wise, this man only loses 11% of one-on-ones. So when the ball is coming down there and you're next to one of the big boys, what are you working on? What are you hoping to do?
Yeah, I'm probably a little bit different. I'm not someone that kicks 6 goals a game or has 30 and kicks 2 like Cripper, but I do like punching the ball and that's my job. So, it's just one of those things. It's a craft. Thoroughly enjoy working on it. I've had some great mentors in the past. In Liam Jones, who'll be playing his first final as well next week, which is very exciting. But just one of those things I like doing and feel as though defending is a selfless role in the team and it's a team sport. So looking forward to next week against Dane and the rest of them and hopefully we can get a job done.
Would you like to have 30 and kick 2?
I'll leave that to Cripper Walsh, I think.
You've been at Carlton for a long period of time. You've been a wonderful servant. You've been there when it's been a really tough time for the footy club and you're used to there now playing big games, finals. We saw what happened last year and we saw what happened in Brisbane. What's the excitement level around the club? The way you got there, people were talking about, but at the end of the day, 10 teams can't win the premiership. You're one of the 8 that can. Yeah,
it's been an interesting journey for us. I guess halfway through the year, we'll probably tout as one of those top 2 teams and whether it's through injury or, inconsistency in performance, it's probably one thing that we've really wanted to be as a club and at times we've fallen short of that and we'll certainly admit that, but sometimes the footy gods look after you and we've got a massive opportunity to go up to Brisbane and hopefully do a job, but we'll take it week by week for now and there's a motivated group and a few boys hopefully coming back and we'll see what we can do.
You're beside the man that, as I said, is a 2-time All-Australian. So Kitty Coleman goes down, Zorks. Congratulations to you. Blazer looks fantastic. Coach comes to you and he says, right, I know you play in the middle, I know you drift forward, you spend a bit of time on half-back, but that's what we need. What were your initial thoughts when Chris said that to you?
Oh, bit of yahooing, to be honest with you. I saw Hodgie and Graham Birchall come up from Hawthorn and do a role for the team for a number of years. And as you said, I wasn't foreign to it because for the last 4 pre-seasons, Fags actually had a lot of us as players to try different positions for that exact reason. You never know when you're going to be called upon to play a different role for the team. And I mean, shocking circumstances for the club. Kitty Coleman in the first half against Carlton, opening round, huge occasion, dominating at that point as well, was having a really good game. Fast forward 6 weeks, then you lose Darcy Gardner, Link McCarthy, and we lost Tom Duday to all ACLs. So we were definitely short in that department of half-backers. And Fags said, go out there, do what you do best, and that's play footy. And I'm glad I've been able to help the team and sort of somewhat save our season a little bit as well. I mean, we were struggling there at 2 and 5 and things were certainly stacked against us, but as a team and as a club, we stuck together and were able to dig ourselves out of that hole.
people will be familiar, but a lot of people won't be familiar with your story. So this man was overlooked for a couple of drafts and then 4-time best and fairest winner at Broadbeach. You're slogging away. You can't get your opportunity in the big time, and now you're a legend of the football club, multiple All-Australians, multiple best and fairest. But when you weren't that, when you were battling away at Broadie and you were getting a best and fairest but weren't getting your look in, what kept you going?
Yeah, it was difficult, Howie. There's no doubt about that. Luckily enough, we're playing, AFL quality players, 2-3 times a year in the Gold Coast Suns and I think the Giants at the time, or whoever it was, may have been Sydney's reserve. So we're getting the opportunities to play in these clubs, and I really set myself for those games to try and play my best football, knowing that hopefully there's going to be a recruiter out there watching, whether it's players in our team or obviously for their own clubs. So when I came up against those teams, I really invested heavily in getting my whole preparation right as possible, and even then I was still getting knocked back. But my final, I guess for me, it was a final year that I thought I'd just give it my absolute all, and thankfully enough, I was able to go over to Perth and represent Queensland and play in a really tough game against WA. And I think back in those days, if you hadn't played a game for the Brisbane Lions yet, you were eligible to play for Queensland. Great rule, like awesome, how good. And we had Noel McKeever and Mitch Golby that were on our team for the Queensland team, and the recruiters, I think Rob's in the room, Rob Kerr's in the room, came over and watched Noel McKeever play. And fortunately enough for me, I just had a really good day. I put a lot of eggs into that basket and tried my absolute guts out. And within a few days, Brisbane came knocking, and yeah, I'm so grateful that they did.
We hear, as Dill said at the start, there's so many wonderful things happen in this game, but we hear about the tough times. A quick question from both of you before I let you go. What's your favourite thing about footy? What's your favourite thing when you walk in through the doors at Princes Park and for you up in Brisbane?
Oh, yeah, I'll go, mate, you're right. No worries, mate. Just the camaraderie in the group. I mean, we're getting to that end of the year now where you're losing teammates and they're getting delisted and everything like that, but for the whole journey in the season that you go on with these players, you create lifelong friendships. And I think that's, celebrating the wins as well. Like, yes, the losses are difficult and tough, but to do it with who become your closest mates and people that you're spending more time with them than you are with your actual family. So, yeah, to create memories with those guys is really special. And I think for the past players sitting in the room would probably understand that's going to be one of the hardest challenges that we'll have exiting, is not having that support and all those guys there that you can lean on and, sharing all your lives with, really. So, yeah, I find it really special that you get to celebrate with all your friends and all your teammates.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably something pretty similar, to be honest. I think back to the hard times, as you spoke about before, but also the good times. I mean, the final last year against Melbourne is something that probably rings true with a lot of Carlton fans and obviously the club itself. But sort of the momentum we gained off that, the excitement within the club and out of it is something that I'll remember forever. And yeah, it's those things, as Dane said, that we'll probably remember once it's all done.
Your clubs are both lucky to have you. Congratulations on your second blazer, your first blazer, no doubt one of many to come, and more importantly, best of luck next weekend. The entire footy world will be watching. Dane Zorko and Jacob Wiedering. Jackie Rewalt's over there with some of the other defenders. Take it away, big boy.
I am, Mark. You can sense the gamesmanship already there between the Lions and the Blues, but I've been tasked with some quick-fire questions for the rest of our All-Australian backline. First up, a first-timer, Nick Baker. Well, congratulations, mate. I want to know about these searching runs out of defence. Are they planned? Are they okay with horse? And what is going through your mind when you go on one of those?
Yeah, they're not really planned, or not a lot goes through my mind at the best of times. So I get caught a few times, but I get great confidence from the coaches and the boys to just keep taking them on. And yeah, really lucky to have the backing from the whole club.
And how does it feel to be an All-Australian player?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's something that I never really thought that I'd achieve, or always sort of envied looking at these nights, and to be here at yeah, alongside some great defenders who I look up to immensely. Yeah, it's extremely special.
Well, congratulations, mate, and good luck in the weekend coming. Gov, it's been a long time between drinks. 2019, you were a four-timer. 5 years on, and you finally get your fifth All-Australian blazer. Good to be back.
Yeah, it is. It's just good to play footy again. I haven't played much footy in the last sort of 3 years, so the body held up, which is good. But yeah, it's just good to be back out there and playing footy and contributing to the club each week.
And you're on the cusp of having a new coach, hearing a new voice. How are you feeling about season 2025?
Yeah, exciting. Yeah, obviously a lot of change. New coach comes a lot of change. It's exciting. We've got a young group as well. So yeah, for me, being a bit older now, on the older side, it's good to have these young boys come around, a bit of change and new voice. So looking forward to next year.
Well, congratulations on your 5th place. Now I'm going to go a little bit off script here. I was given you two to talk to, but I couldn't help notice the shoes on Luke Ryan here tonight, and I feel like they have been sort of screeching out for the want of a personal sponsorship. What's happened here with the cocktail setup?
Well, I've been to a low-class cocktail parties, I'm guessing, by the looks of it. I thought cocktail bar was no tie and change up the shoes, but yeah, shout out to Puma then, I guess.
Very good, mate. It's obviously doing a little bit different in Western Australia. But congratulations, boys, our back 6 of the All-Australians. It's time to head back to Nathan Buckley, who's going to give us our engine room, our midfield of the All-Australian team.
Thanks, Jack. 6 down, 16 to go. The midfielders of the 2024 All-Australian team are: on the wing, Errol Goulden from Sydney Swans. In the centre, Marcus Bontempelli from the Western Bulldogs. On the other wing, Nick Dacos from Collingwood. The ruckman is Max Gawn from Melbourne. The ruck rover, Patrick Cripps, Carlton. And the rover is Caleb Sarong from Fremantle.
Quickly established himself as one of the game's brightest stars.
How good is he?
As the league's premier wingman, he had a big impact on games this season, sitting 1st for metres gained and 4th for assists.
Why not, Errol?
Incredible numbers across the board for the back-to-back All-Australian.
Oh, Errol. Kept his feet, he got through to beat the bot.
Pulling on his 6th All-Australian blazer.
Surely not, surely not.
The Bulldog skipper continues to set an elite standard.
The best of the best.
Bontempelli has again shown his versatility this year, rotating forward, kicking an equal career-high 31 goals and leading the league for score involvements.
He can just about do anything, Marcus Bontempelli.
Oh, they're going to get Nick Dacos again here.
It's a richly deserved back-to-back selection for the talented Dacos.
They're going to get nicked. They're going to get Dacos.
The sublimely skilled Magpie continues to take his game to astonishing new levels and is a joy to watch in full flight.
He is phenomenal. Kick inside 50, gone! Big Maxi with the mark.
Try as they might, nobody seems to be able to take the best ruck mantle from the Demon skipper.
Max gone, pulls down a ripper.
And the big man has shown strong, committed leadership in a tough year for his D's.
Here is Big Max. Gone free. Free as the wind blows. He's been awesome to watch.
He now finds himself in rare company, making the team of the year for the 7th time.
Patrick Cripps kicking the big goals.
Cripps continues to be one of the game's best inside midfielders, leading the league in clearance and contested possessions.
As always, leading right from the front, Patrick Cripps.
Tonight, the Brave Blue pulls on his 4th All-Australian blazer.
Cripps has been magnificent. Sarong has got so much class and poise and did it easily in the end.
Sarong has taken his game to a new level in 2024, becoming one of the AFL's elite midfielders.
And back with courage, Sarong. He's done it all today.
A stand-up for the Dockers, Sarong is recognised tonight for a brilliant year with his 2nd All-Australian honour.
What about some stars there? And we are joined by Maxi Gawn and the Cripper, ladies and gentlemen. Extraordinary footballers. Maxi, we'll get to the 7th time in a moment, but I was just asking both you guys as the package was going to air, how do you like watching your highlights packages?
Well, as a ruckman, your highlights package obviously isn't as good as the rest of them, so I always think it's better than what it is, and you go back and you have a little watch and you're like, yeah, that's not actually that good, is it?
What about yourself, Pat?
Yeah, I'm a bit the same as Maxi. Sometimes you're in the moment you think they're better than what they are, and then it's just a set shot 30 out directly in front. But sometimes pre-game I watch a bit of highlights, get myself pumped up. But yeah, in these moments it can be a bit awkward.
You watch highlights yourself pre-game?
Oh, sometimes a bit of motivation. Yeah, sometimes when you're down on form you might flick through, but yeah, not all the time, but sometimes.
Now, Maxi, 7 times, congratulations. In the modern era, 8 is the stand and bearer, the likes of Rashudo, Franklin, some incredible names there with 8. Must be a full closet back at home.
Yeah, it's been it's been an interesting journey. 2016 was the first time I got recognised, and that was up against the likes of sort of Todd Goldstein, Aaron Sandilands in the back end of his career, Nick Nat. And then in 2018-19, it was me and Brody who ended up being one of my teammates. And now it's the likes of Tristan Cherry, Tim English. So I've always been kept on my toes. There's some great rucks. It's unique, the ruck role, because there's 18 guys going for that sort of one spot. And I think all 18 of them are brilliant in their own different way. And I'm just trying to learn from each of their strengths. But yeah, my goal at sort of the start of this year, I've shared the ruck role the last 3 years with Luke and Brody, which has made me sort of learn a different position. Not that AFL or football was getting stale, but when you're constantly training ruck, just to be thrown forward line, it made me really enjoy coming into training and try and learn a new craft. And this year the goal was, hey, you're going to get number 1 ruck roll back, and let's see what you got. And not that I needed the blazer to be able to let me know that I ticked that off, but certainly when I've finished up on Friday, I sat there and I said, look, I had a goal at the start of the year, and that was to show that I could play the number 1 ruck role at 33 years old. Well, 32. I don't know why I gave myself a year then. And I felt like I was able to tick that off.
Yeah, ticked it off, my word. It's interesting. There's Briggs and McInerney, Cameron, Grundy, Cherry. Again, talking to Nathan, he said it's an unbelievable year for ruckman this year. It's interesting for the man stands the premier ruck in the competition, and all you guys obviously always looking to improve. Who do you look at and think, oh, I can't do that. That's what I want to try and do in my next opportunity?
Yeah, I mean, I saw Hogs talking about how boring chess is. This could get boring as well when I talk about ruck, but Tristan Cherry is the most aggressive guy for someone who's played around 50 games. Is pretty impressive. Tim English can run, Rowan Marshall can run, and Mark, and then you get the big boys like Oscar McInerney and Riley O'Brien and Mark Pitnet that make the day just really, really hard for you. And then Darcy Cameron, who, if you let him have 1 metre, he's going to take a mark on you. So it's every time, and I'm sure your role is hard, but when you come up and you've got 95% of the game time against one big guy that's just facing you off, and his job is to make your day a living hell, and my job's to make his day a living hell, it can be a pretty stressful job.
So you think the role of the ruckman is harder than the role of the midfielder?
Well, talking backstage, and Cripper rucked this year, and he said that was the hardest couple of minutes of his year.
How do you go with ruck?
It's definitely challenging. It's a bit like Maxi. You sort of learn a bit of a different craft. I've more got thrown into it, just had a few injuries, but as the year went on, I started picking TDKs and pedo sprains and a little bit of a ruck craft, but yeah, definitely it taxes you in different ways and zaps you, so your appreciation for rucks definitely goes through the roof, so might be taking Big Maxi on next year.
I look forward to seeing that. Incredible moments at the end of the season, obviously the Higgins goal, and then you sat there and watched, I think, quite as a group. What was the emotional roller coaster, Cripper? Because at one point, Fremantle in front, you're probably having a quiet beer on Monday. Next Port comes strong, and you've got 2 more weeks to prepare for a final.
Yeah, it was a terrible 3 hours, Howie.
Was it?
Absolutely hated every minute of it. There's something about when you're playing, you're in some sort of control, but when that gets taken out of your hands, and the way it did, it sort of felt a bit like deja vu of 2022 for us. So we're just lucky enough there was another game that could dictate our fate. So going back to the club rooms was great from a connection point of view, and everyone's sort of sitting around. I couldn't watch the last quarter. I went downstairs with Georgie Hewitt. We just watched the score. I couldn't write every emotion.
You were just watching the app?
Oh, we sort of had it in the background, just having a quiet one, and yeah, it was sort of just sitting there and just hoping for the best, and then we said we wouldn't go out there unless there was a minute to go, and they were up by a couple of goals, which happened to be. So then we carried on like we'd won, and Monday morning, mate, I've never been more happy after a loss in my life, so it felt like we generally won. So it was a crazy sort of 5-6 hours, but the best thing was, even if we did win, we'd be in the exact same position. So hopefully we carry a bit of that momentum through.
Yeah, hopefully. We watch you play, and you obviously went to the West Coast Eagles, and they had so many injuries, Carlton, and it was like, well, this could be the end of Carlton's season. And the first 5 minutes of that game, I watched it a couple of times, it was like, you were right, we're not losing this game. Where do you put yourself mentally and physically at that point when the season is on the line, you've got injuries, you've travelled to Western Australia, you're in the middle, and you're the skipper, Cripper?
Yeah, I love those challenges. It's probably didn't treat it too differently, but one thing I reckon in games when it's really starting to matter later in the year that, there's fear can sometimes creep into guys' minds. So I just wanted to really go out there and say, if I'm going to fail, I'd rather fail having a crack. So really try and give as much effort. Know we had a younger team in that week, so just try to give those younger boys a lot of confidence and clarity in their role. But as a leader, you sort of want to go out and set the example. So try to do that, and yeah, that was one of my most enjoyable wins as a player and also as a captain, and see some of these young fellas smile after the game and carry on a bit and just get the taste of what AFL footy's like. Is rewarding when you've been captain of the club for a little bit.
Maxie, I know you're all about the team, and you're evidence of that every time I hear you speak. But as I said, some have 8. Have you got 8 and 9 and maybe 10 in you?
Well, I just conned Goody and made him sign me for 3 more years. So
it could be 11.
Yeah, so I've got to perform over this next little bit. Look, I'm relishing the ruck role. I love it. We've got a young couple of rucks that I'm excited to give it to. But I learned from Mark Jamer when I walked into the club. Mark Jamer was an All-Australian ruck, and he didn't let me win a hit out of training for 7 years. So I'm going to go a similar approach and make these boys earn it, but hopefully they come out the better end.
7-time All-Australian, 4-time All-Australian. Enjoy your off-season, Maxie. You'll be back bigger and better the next year. And Patrick, good luck to you and the Carlton Football Club moving forward.
Thanks, Harry.
Thanks, mate.
Great to hear from those two. Jackie, who have you got over there? Some just midfield jets.
Yes, amongst some of the great midfielders of the competition, and I'm going to have a chat to Errol Goulden. Now, Errol, the wing is one of the most highly debated roles in the All-Australian team. Now is your chance to pledge why we should have more wingmen in the All-Australian team.
Yeah, it's definitely a spot of contention every year, but yeah, I'd argue the wing's one of the hardest spots. Just like Max was kind of arguing for the ruck there, you're kind of isolated one-on-one a fair bit, but yeah, it's nice to get a bit of recognition, and yeah, good to see Nick on the other wing. He played the last kind of 5 minutes of that game against the D's on the weekend. He went pretty well, so it was good to see him wrap it up.
Very good little drive by there, don't mind that. Now leading into finals, obviously a big game against the arch rivals, the Giants. How's the group feeling?
Yeah, we're feeling good. Obviously, it's it's been a pretty long season and a few ups and downs, and but yeah, we feel like we ended the season pretty well and had a couple of days off to kind of reset, and looking forward to a big game against the Giants. And it's just awesome to see footy in New South Wales going really strong, and yeah, very keen for next Saturday.
Well, congratulations on your second AFL Blazer, and good luck next weekend. On to Caleb Sarong, your second nomination as well, mate. The season didn't pan out like you wanted. You were on the wrong side of that Carlton result, unfortunately. What have you learnt from season 2024 that you're looking forward to take into season 2025?
How hard AFL footy is. It's been a tough 4 weeks, and we'll learn a lot from it. And I think as a group, we kind of have had a little bit of a reflection over the last few days, but we'll do some more over the next couple of weeks. But you understand that those moments are so important in those big games. And unfortunately, we ran into 3 really good sides in the last 3 weeks that were in really good form. And unfortunately, when push came to shove at the end of those games, we weren't able to stand up as a group. And we have to live with that for the next few months and wait until round 1 next year to have another crack. But yeah, we're excited to learn and get better.
Well, congratulations on your own season, and good luck for season 2025. Now, some may say this is the most important line of any football team, including the All-Australians. Not me, I don't agree with that. But it is time to hear from Nathan Buckley about our All-Australian forward line.
Thanks, Jack. A little bit of lip from Errol there, I'll note that, thank you. The forwards of the 2024 All-Australian team. On the half-forward flank, Chad Warner, Sydney Swans. Centre-half forward, Jeremy Cameron from the Geelong Cats. On the other half-forward flank, Isaac Heaney, Sydney Swans. In one pocket, Jake Waterman from West Coast. At full forward, Jesse Hogan, the GWS Giants. And in the other pocket, Dylan Moore of Hawthorn.
In just his 5th season, has enjoyed regularly lighting up an SCG crowd with power running and long goals.
Something in the way he moves. Chad Warner.
Impossible to stop, he has racked up the 2nd most broken tackles in a season on record.
What a player.
A richly deserved debut selection.
Who do you think it's going to be but Super Jezza?
Cameron appears to be the new prototype for a mobile forward, dragging defenders all over the front half. Rating number 1 for disposals by a key forward and finishing 2nd in the Coleman race with 58 goals.
He's got 9, equalled his career best.
Earns Jezza his 4th All-Australian Blazer.
What Heaney can't do can't be done.
An eye-catching season for the versatile Swan, showing he can be one of the AFL's most lethal midfielders or dynamic forwards.
Heaney, ultimate star factor, Isaac.
Talented and hard-working, his second All-Australian selection is recognition for a first-class season.
The Heaney genius. Big moment for Jack Waterman.
This 26-year-old Eagle has been a revelation in 2024.
He's equal to the moment. Welcome to the big time.
Kicking 53 goals, finishing 5th in the Coleman medal and winning an army of admirers.
He's clearly in career best form.
A breakout season is rewarded with his first All-Australian blazer.
It's great to see Jesse Hogan fulfilling his promise.
Hogan has been in career best form this season, having kicked 69 goals to claim his first Coleman medal.
Hands like a vice.
Jesse dominates games as a power forward, and his form is a key driver in the Giants' surge towards finals. Another debut selection in the Team of the Year.
He's in great form, Jesse Hogan.
Moore. Oh, got it. He captured it beautifully.
Moore has won an army of fans with his relentless thirst for the footy.
Moore, he's out the back. Moore.
The Hawks vice-captain has notched up a career-best goal tally with 35, his pressure setting the standard for his teammates. This is his first All-Australian nod.
What a forward line that is. Both these gentlemen in their first All-Australian blazers. Congratulations to Chad Warner and Dylan Moore, absolute stars of the game. Chad, we'll start with you, mate. Love watching you play footy. Congratulations. Tell me a bit about your grandfather and your father and their footy, because they'll want to hear about that tonight, and then how you, your family ended up in WA.
Yeah, thank you very much, Howie. Yeah, Dad over in Nil, down near Horsham, country Victoria, so I think he left at about the age of 18, I think, lived in Adelaide, and then met Mum somewhere along the way. I actually don't know that story,
probably
to be honest, but they probably told me before. But and then, yeah, obviously he moved over to Perth with Mum, and then, yeah, I grew up there.
So he played footy over there?
Yeah, for South Fremantle for a bit as well, yeah.
So, mate, your own game, you come to the football club, and this year you've been explosive. You're what we call bums on seats. People come to the football to watch you play, which is we're in the entertainment industry. What have you done this year that it's enabled you to have such a fantastic season and be sitting in that beautiful blazer now, Chad?
Yeah, I think first of all, worked a lot on my fitness. I think that's one thing that I guess was holding me back a little bit at times. But I think did a bit of work over in the offie with a sprint coach and did a lot of power, like you said, explosive to space exercises, and yeah, just kept that up through the year and held me in good stead.
And how does that make you, like when you're approaching a player, you've got that spring and bounce where it's almost like they can't tackle you. You go left or right, and even on the left, you've got that dinky little outside of your right foot. So when someone's coming at you like that, you look like you're chock full of confidence.
Yeah, I think sometimes I probably try to do a bit too much as well, but I guess you'll find out who can cop and who can't as well. But yeah, I like to, play with confidence and see how far I can push it at times.
And you play with your brother Corey at times as well. What's it like playing with the brother out there at the SCG?
Yeah, I mean, that was such a proud moment. I think last year, the first time when he debuted and we played against Richmond, and then, yeah, obviously playing at the SCG together this year is something that we'll cherish forever, and obviously not many players get to say they do it as well, so I'm so proud to have him by my side out there at times, and hopefully it can happen a few more times throughout the years.
My word, the football club's done a fantastic thing. If you haven't been to the SCG to watch the Swans play, you need to, because they walk down Driver Avenue from the new centre, and there's people lined up, there's Metallica. What's it like rolling through that before you go out and play? I can see you smiling about it now.
Yeah, you were there one time, I remember. Yeah, I think it was actually Horse's idea to, which is interesting for him. But
why is that? Just stop for a moment there, Chad. Well, why is that interesting for him?
No, he's kind of come around to it a bit more this year, but he's more kind of an old head. And
so he's not a sizzle guy.
Nah, not really.
Okay.
He actually it really worked out well, I guess, to get all the fans to the game and give them, I guess, a bit more to see, especially for New South Wales footy as well. I reckon it's been great.
And when he says to you, Chad, I love what you're doing, but I need you to do this and this and this to continue to improve, what are those points that he's telling you?
Yeah, I think most of the time I reckon it's probably defend in some areas, but no, I think it's more just backing myself and also just being connected with my teammates as much as I can, and I guess talking to them and making sure I'm just not in myself and staying outside myself and helping my teammates as much as I can.
Pumped about the Giants. It's a good rivalry, that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be great. Obviously, at the SCG, I'm very happy we got a home game there. And it's obviously, like I said before, great for New South Wales footy to have 2 top 4 teams as well, battling it out. And yeah, I can't wait. Hopefully it's going to be packed out there.
We can't wait either, Dylan. Congratulations for your first Blazer. Talking to Dane about playing for Broadbeach and getting overlooked in drafts, and 4 times he was the best and fairest there and couldn't get a run. Tell me in your words what was happening to your career coming through Box Hill and then being a listed player come the end of 2020, mate.
Yeah, thanks, Howie. I think at the start of my career coming in, I just wanted to earn some respect from my teammates, and I felt like first year hurt my shoulder, missed 10 weeks, so I wasn't on the track, couldn't get that respect, and then got to play final series at Box Hill, won a premiership, and that gave me a lot of confidence heading into my second year to start playing AFL football. And then I had some adductor issues, missed half a season there. I never really got a run at it, didn't really get involved too much in the club because I was in rehab quite a bit. And then third year was COVID, so I was playing on 12v12 soccer pitches, coned fields, and I felt like I was playing well, but it's hard to get a look in when you're not playing 18v18 football. And then I probably had the penny drop at the end of that year where it was pretty much, I was nearly delisted, had to find a new home. And
what was that like? What was that like when, like, you obviously got rookie listed, but when, I'm sure as a kid you grew up wanting to play football, what was it like when, oh, it's looking a bit dodgy?
Yeah, I was shattered. I was a Hawthorn supporter growing up, and my dream was nearly taken from me. So that was a big moment for me where I had a second chance at football. And I remember getting together with CJ and Finn McGuinness, and we were all in a similar boat, weren't playing AFL football, and we just wanted to get better. So we took a lot of time that pre-season to work on our games together, and from then onwards I've just been able to gain a bit of belief and continuity in my football, and from that I think once you get that belief you can just keep playing good football.
We look at the love for your football team and the way you're coached by Sam and the love he seems to have for you all. What's Sam meant for you as a coach and as a mentor?
Yeah, he's been massive, to be honest. I think when he took over, a lot of us were quite happy because he came in and he just was recently from the game, and he knew the game, he knew the relationships it required to be a good coach. And he came in and he just wanted to build those relationships straight away. And for me, I'm a relationships guy. I love having good connections with the players and the coaches, and straight away Sam really helped me just feel connected with him, and he gave me a lot of belief and confidence that my best football would stack up.
We obviously all love watching the Hawks play this year, and 0-5 things weren't looking too flash. Now you're about to go into a finals campaign. When CJ and Jackie Ginnivan, and we spoke to the Wizard earlier on, started pulling out the celebrations and the photos and the selfies, and you as part of the leadership group, what did you think?
Yeah, we had a few leadership meetings where I'm one of the younger guys in it, and I was backing up CJ and Wiz and Guinea, loving their celebrations, and having to convince Sicily and Bruce that it's all part of football and this is the new wave. And to their credit, that's exactly what they did. Even Sam's now joining us. He's asking us after every team meeting, what's the new celebration this week?
What's it like to play footy and have that much fun? Like, it seems to be joyful when we're watching the Hawks. It seems to be like when we all grew up playing footy and it was fun, and that's what you guys seem to be doing, but in a professional environment.
Yeah, I love it. I love rocking up every day, and with my best mates, it's an absolute privilege. And a lot of us played APS football, and we used to talk in the change room, and that was the best football of our lives. We'd go to school together every day and then play footy on the weekend. We kind of wanted to build that again at the football club, and I feel like that's what we're doing. We're going out there, we're enjoying ourselves, but we work just as hard on the track, and then we get to celebrate on the weekend, which is the best 2 hours of the week.
Congratulations to both of you on your first Blazer. Good luck against the Giants. Good luck against the Dogs. So many people will be watching. Well done, Chad. Well done, Dylan.
Thanks, Thank you.
Jack.
Yes, Howie, here with the rest of the All-Australian forward line, and a man who is a first-timer in the All-Australian, Jake Waterman. Congratulations, Jake.
Thank you, mate. It's a bit of a whirlwind the last couple of days for me.
And did you have this on your bingo card? A lot of people talk about things they're going to predict happening, goals they want to do. Did you have on your bingo card you were going to kick 53 goals and be a member of the 2024 All-Australian team?
What do you think? No, I did not.
I backed you in, mate.
Oh, thank you. No, mate, Yeah, it's been a bit of a roller coaster of a year, and I've sort of just rode the waves of sort of a bit of a purple patch, and yeah, been riding that and having a bit of fun along the way, and yeah, here I am, very humbled to be a part of this team.
Well, congratulations, mate. Well done on becoming an All-Australian. A man that is always been an All-Australian a lot of times and found a purple patch on the weekend. I want to go back to the weekend, Jeremy. You've kicked 7 goals at half-time. You are absolutely on fire, and I've been in this situation. You've walked into the sheds. Honestly, how many do you think you're going to finish up with?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Scotty actually mentioned at halftime that there is, you know, other forwards out there, so we should look elsewhere and pass a few off. But you know, it was a good day. The boys obviously looked after me a little bit out there, probably more than they should have. But yeah, it was nice.
And you've been in this situation before, heading into finals 2022. How much do you draw on the premiership year with this attack at this premiership?
Yeah, that's it. We've given ourselves a really good opportunity, and we've got a really good mix within the side of sort of youth and experience, which is key, and pretty much a full list to pick from. So yeah, it's exciting times. This is why you sort of play footy, and you know, big crowds, big moments, and big games. So yeah, excited to get started.
Congratulations and best of luck to your Geelong Cats. It is time now to head back to Nathan Buckley with the interchange of the 2024 All-Australian team.
Thanks, Jake. The interchange of the 2024 All-Australian team are Lachie Whitfield, the GWS Giants, Lachie Neale from the Brisbane Lions, Adam Treloar, Western Bulldogs, and Zach Butters from Port Adelaide.
Whitfield's high-efficiency kicking can break games apart and is often the launch pad for the famed Orange Tsunami.
And Whitfield gets it spells danger.
Lachie is second for disposals and tonight claims his second All-Australian blazer. Dual Brownlow medalist Lachie Neale has only enhanced his elite status this year through consistent work ethic, calm leadership and dynamic impact on game day.
He can do it all! Lachie Neale!
Averaging 29 disposals, any coach would love to have this 4-time All-Australian ready to go on the interchange.
Treloar, dance past one, dance past a couple.
Treloar has produced a career best year in his 13th season.
They fought Treloar, and Treloar won.
The hard-working midfielder has thrilled Dogs fans with a big impact on games in 2024, leading the league in disposals.
He's a class act.
Treloar is the 7th debutant in this Team of the Year.
Butters, there he is. You knew he was going to bob up again.
After another huge year, averaging 28 disposals and a tick under 5 clearances a game, Butters receives back-to-back selections in this prestigious team.
Hot knife through them was Butters.
Brave, tough and skillful, Zach is one of the best ball winners in the league.
Well, it's a divide and conquer job here. We've split the midfield in half, and I've taken the two Lachies here. It's going to start with Lachie Neale. How's the club feeling leading into the big game on Saturday night against the Carlton Football Club?
Yeah, we're feeling good. We feel like our form's been pretty solid for a few months. A couple of hiccups a couple of weeks ago against some pretty good teams, but we feel like our form really stacks up. So we're looking forward to the challenge of another final series, and really proud of the group as well. I think that's 6 years in a row that the team's competed in September, which is no mean feat. So looking forward to it, and can't wait for Saturday night. It'll be a packed out Gabba, and yeah, can't wait.
Certainly going to be a great environment. Your own seasons so far being rewarded again with All-Australian honours. You've had so many great seasons. Where does this one rank?
Yeah, I think probably not my absolute best, but I feel like I've been pretty consistent throughout the year. Wanted to work a fair bit on my kicking and using the ball a little bit better by foot, which I thought I was able to do throughout the season, and try and keep that inside ball winning ability and provide for my team by hand still. So I feel like I've improved a bit on last year. I feel like this year's probably a little bit better than my year last year, but yeah, it's been good growth. But yeah, on to September now.
Best of luck, mate. Good luck on Saturday night. Now, Lachie, I'm going to introduce you as an All-Australian, but more importantly, an AFL Rampage Premiership player. Where does this rank against that achievement?
No, it's not quite as high as that. Yeah, it seems like a long time ago now, but happy to be here with everyone else on the stage. It's exciting.
I just saw you high-five Isaac Heaney, who's sitting in front of us here and a part of the forward line. surely you don't like him that much. It's a big battle of the bridges coming up. There is a preliminary final on the line. You must hate the Sydney Swans.
He's a hard man not to like. I definitely respect the way he plays his footy, but yeah, lucky to have a week off this week, but really looking forward to the Battle of the Bridge next week.
And how's the group feeling ahead of that big Battle of the Bridge?
Yeah, look, we're excited. We're happy to be playing finals again. 2 weeks in Sydney, at least 2 games in a row there, so it's going to be tough. They've had the wood over us this year, so hopefully we can pay them one back.
Best of luck and good luck against the Swans. It's time to head back to Mark Howard, who has the rest of the All-Australian interchange.
Thank you, Jack. I'm joined by Zach Putters, second year in a row All-Australian, Adam Treloar, who we'll get to in a moment in his first All-Australian blazer, and it looks magnificent on you. Zach, firstly, I wanted to ask you the second time you've won the most courageous player as voted by your peers. In your mind, what is courage on the footy field?
Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, I feel like it's a combination of things. Just going when it's your time to go and playing your role and doing what your team needs of you in their moments. And I feel like I've had a lot of great role models growing up, and a lot of people at the footy club have really shown me the way, and that led the path. And I feel like Kenny as a coach and my midfield coach Josh Carr, the way he played and the way he coaches, he sort of accepts that of his players, and I just go out there and try and give my best and just try and always leave everything out there.
Do the coaches tell you to temper your game at all to protect yourself?
Sometimes. I'm only little, so I often tend to get a bit hurt or whatnot, but I think it's all part of footy, and it's what makes it a great game, and it's why everyone watches and everyone wants to be involved in it and everyone plays. But yeah, definitely at some points you've got to try and look after yourself a little bit as well.
And when you were a young fella growing up, you'd be watching awards like this. Who was your man? Who was your player that you had up on the wall that was your hero?
Yeah, I went for the Western Bulldogs growing up, so Bont was always up here, and I love watching him growing up. And
so what was it like first time you came out in the field against him?
Yeah, it was actually pretty rattling, coming up against the Dogs for the first time, and Libber and Bont and some of the boys that were there in the premiership back in 2016, playing against them, and played against them a fair few times now, and they're pretty hard to play against.
We saw the club under the pump at a stage during the season, and you had a win, and Ken spoke to Sarah Jones here. It was, for mine, the interview of the season, and he was emotional, and you could see what it meant to him and what the club and what you all meant to him. I'm sure you've seen that back. What it meant to you as a playing group to see your coach so invested as he was?
Yeah, Kenny wears his heart in his sleeve, and he's a really good man, and what you see is sort of what you get with him. And to see him under that amount of pressure and the emotion probably he was riding and copying at the same time, as a playing group and as a leader of the footy club, I really just wanted to get out there and try and not just help him out, but get our season back on track and start winning a few more games. And I knew if we looked after that would definitely help him out. And he's gone to bat so many times for us players, so it's probably only fair that we do the same for him.
13th season, 250 plus games, your first All-Australian blazer. An enormous congratulations to you. A couple of clubs. You're a humble man, but what does it mean to you to be bestowed this honour?
Yeah, thanks, Howie. Obviously very humbling and very grateful. It's cool to be in my 13th season, the ripe old age of 31, and receiving my first All-Australian blazer. It's pretty cool, very surreal to be up here with obviously Zach and the superstars of the competition, and I'm just very grateful, very humbled.
Why, in your mind, have you been awarded it this year? What have you done this season in season 13?
It probably helps that Bonty gets sat on every week and I can run around and do my own thing. But no, I feel like I probably have enjoyed this season more than ever, really. I'm one to stress about a lot of things and worry about things that probably are out of my control. And
what type of things?
Just winning or losing or performance-based stuff. And as I've gotten older and I guess become a dad, little Georgie's at home probably watching or maybe asleep.
How old?
She's 4, so
hopefully asleep.
Yeah. So Chooksy's looking after her, so hopefully she's asleep.
Who's Chooksy?
One of my teammates, Charlie Clark, who people joke about my other son. So he's.
Is Chooksy equipped for this job?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Maybe Bevo would probably disagree, but.
How old's Chooksy?
He's 20. Charlie Clark. So he plays in obviously plays for the Bulldogs. So. Yeah, so anyway, what I'll say is...
Sorry to sidetrack you with old mate Chooksy.
Yeah, I feel like I've just enjoyed my footy a lot more, and as I said, grateful to be in this position.
It's such a job with such massive media spotlight. You went through it when you left the Collingwood Football Club, where you were much loved, and now you're at the Bulldogs, where again you're equally much loved. How do you deal with the ups and downs of a career where your every move is analysed, put on the front of the paper, the back of the paper?
Well, as I just said, I feel like I haven't let that really worry me in a way. I just enjoy going out there and representing the footy club and playing for the Western Bulldogs is something that I'm so grateful to be able to do, and it's a wonderful place to play at. I feel like I'm able to let my footy really shine, and as I said, I'm truly grateful to play there. As I said as well, it's the fact that I'm now 31 and a lot more mature than what I was early on. I feel like it's been really reflective in my own season individually, but yeah, just how I'm enjoying it as much as I can.
Friday week, MCG, sold out, Hawks, two of the form teams of the competition. I guess that what makes all the pre-seasons and the trainings worthwhile.
Oh, definitely, Howie. It's the reason why you play the game, and being around long enough and being a part of finals campaigns where how hard it is to actually get there. So it's a whole new ball game now, and I'm really looking forward to the opportunity to play at a sell-out crowd and the MCG on Friday night against arguably the informed team of the competition. I feel it's going to be a great challenge for us, but one that we're really looking forward to.
I didn't see you limp up the steps. The calf's okay?
Yeah, calf's good.
Perfect. Great answer. Great. And congratulations, first AFL Blazer to Adam Treloar, and the second time for Zach Butters. So there you are, the All-Australian for 2024. Let's recap on who made the team.
From the back line, the talents of Blakey, Wiedering and Ryan. Just try getting past the half-backs, Zorko, McGovern and Houston. The midfield is star-studded with Gordon, Bontempelli and Nick Dacos. An electric half-forward line of Warner, Cameron and Heaney. And goals galore in the forward line, Waterman, Hogan and Dylan Moore. Congratulations to the followers, Gawn, Cripps and Sarong. And rounding out this exceptional team, Whitfield, Neil, Treloar and Butters. Please put your hands together for your All-Australian team of 2024.
Now to announce the Vice Captain and Captain of the 2024 All-Australian team. Please welcome back to the stage AFL CEO Andrew Dillon.
Thank you, Sarah. It is my pleasure to announce that the Vice Captain of the 2024 AFL All-Australian team is Patrick Cripps. And the captain of the 2024 AFL All-Australian team is Marcus Bontempelli.
Twice vice-captain, and for the first time, captain of the All-Australian team. Ladies and gentlemen, warm round of applause from the champ for the Western Bulldogs, Marcus Bontempelli. Mate, congratulations. Firstly, what do you think the key to captaincy is?
The thing I've probably learnt more and more as I've been in the position is probably how well you're able to listen. I think you probably got no doubt most guys who are sitting up here especially know how to play the game and talk about it, but I think what you're hearing coming back the other way is probably the most important. So definitely something I've tried to do as well as I can.
You're a fire and brimstone man pre-game. What's the last moment we see you huddled around, what are you rolling with?
Whatever comes to mind most of the time. It becomes something, I think, as you definitely grow older and grow more comfortable with it, is you don't try to reinvent the wheel too much. I think you learn from others who've tried and failed maybe before you, and try to sort of roll with maybe some stuff that just lands, and you probably realise that in the end most guys aren't probably listening. and you just try and swear a lot and get through and look a few blokes in the eyes, and typically that seems to do the trick.
So it's no different to country. We'll just have a bit of a look at this team. How would you captain some of this team? You've got Cripps, you've got Dacos, they want to be in the middle. You've got Sarong, you've got Lockie Neal back there. You sort of Whitfield, Trelaw wants to be in the middle. So as Heaney, he'll look at me, he wants to be in the middle. So how are you going about sorting that lot out?
It's hard looking at them at the same time.
Just
trying to work it out.
It.
No, I think it'd just be get out of their way. I think that's been the answer I've heard the best over the last few years is, like I said, you've got a lot of good footballers sitting before us. I think most of them will know what to do and just follow the lead of some others.
And then I'm looking at the forward line, big Jesse Hogan, he's got the Coleman around his neck. Jess is coming off 9. And Jakey Waterman, he's a genuinely tough-looking man. So, he's smiling now, but I'm not going actually anywhere near him. So who gets full forward in your mind?
It might be maybe just the olden days style, just roll the ball out and see who wants it the most. But I think you'll do pretty well with any one of them, and especially up the field as midfielders. Just kick it and see what happens, and watch probably like everyone else would.
How do you think it'd go actually playing a game with this team? Gee, there'd be some sizzle, wouldn't there?
Yeah, I think it'd be hard to stop. I think that's probably the key thing. Good luck trying to find probably enough that can compete against it. But as you know, the squad was pretty packed and pretty deep this year. Once again, it's always the hypothetical. I think it'd be a pretty good show. Mate, congratulations. Good luck to you and everyone here, and particularly for you on the Western Bulldogs. Well done being named captain of the All-Australian team. No, thank you very much. Huge honour. Cheers.
Sarah.
What a brilliant and extraordinary team we have in 2024. Well, that concludes our 2024 AFL Awards. Congratulations again to all of our winners this evening. We look forward to a massive final series ahead, and don't forget the AFLW season kicks off tomorrow. Good night.